Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Olivia here. If you are one of my returning subscribers or viewers, thank you so much for coming back and tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. And then if you're new here, please give this video a thumbs up. And after you finish, don't click off the video. But when it's over, go check out my channel and some of the other information that I talk about. I am a licensed realtor in the state of Florida, for those of you who don't know me. So I talk about things related to real estate. I make videos for new agents. I make videos for first-time home buyers. I make videos for anybody that is trying to get their coins up and save money. So please consider subscribing. Now, today's video is going to be for my new agents. Either if you're considering getting into real estate, hopefully this will kind of help you make some choices. And, or if you just passed your real estate exam, congratulations. It's time for you to start thinking about what broker you want to go with. So this video is for you, and I hope that the information is helpful today. Now, so if you don't know, once you become a real estate agent, once you get your license doesn't become activated until a broker activates your license. So that is really the first step before you can even get started in practicing real estate. Called a Florida sales associate, unless you are a broker. But you have to be working under a broker and have an activated license in order to practice real estate here. Now, for me, in my experience, I've talked about this before in one of my other videos, but it was really easy for me to make the choice of the broker that I wanted to work with. I actually ended up signing on with the broker that I purchased my home through. I really like the way that my real estate agent at the time and her broker handled everything. They were very professional, very cool people. I don't know, I just felt really comfortable with them. I didn't feel like it was just like some, person in a suit and tie trying to sell me something, I feel like they actually cared about me and making sure that they saw the deal through to the end and continued to communicate with me onwards, even after I closed on my house. And so that for me definitely gave them points. And whenever I decided I wanted to start working with real estate, the first person that I reached out to was my previous real estate agent and her broker. So when you are starting to interview brokers, you can take as much time as you need, but also keep in mind your time frame. If you want to make that money, you might want to start, after you get licensed, you may decide that you want to be signed on with someone within the next 10 days or a week or 2 weeks or whatever your time frame is. But you also don't need to feel pressured or make a rushed decision, because you don't want to just go with the broker because that was just the first person you talked to and you're just ready to get started and start making money, because they are all different in so many ways. And so take your time, interview, maybe make like a list of however many brokers you know of in your area. Talk to each of them in depth and let them know what you're looking for in a brokerage and see if they're a good fit for you, because not everywhere is going to be a good fit. Just because you have a real estate license doesn't mean that you're going to want to work at just any brokerage in the city you're in. First point that I want to talk about, I know especially after COVID, this became really important, having a physical office versus being online. So does your brokerage have a physical location that you and your clients can go to and handle business, or is everything remotely and maybe they'll be, meeting you at your home, or you'll pretty much be doing all of the communicating and everything online? For me, I like having a physical location. So if a client ever needs to come in and bring paperwork in or sign something, or they want to go over a CMA on their property, I like having a physical location that they can come to that's not my home. I also just like getting out of the house and handling my day-to-day real estate stuff at my office. I feel like I tend to be a lot more productive. I like to separate work and home, and so I don't really like to bring work home with me too much unless, I'm sending emails or communicating with a client. But if it has to do with like being somewhere in person and getting things done, I prefer to be at an office. Also, from what I looked at, a lot of online brokerages tend to have lower fees and higher commission splits because there's no like physical location. So broker doesn't have like lights to keep on at the building, or renting the space out or anything like that. So the fees could be lower and you could have a higher commission split, which we will get to commission splits here in a moment. Next, if you do choose a physical location, the actual location itself is important. So if you are looking to do a lot of transactions maybe downtown, and that's where a lot of your clientele are, and that's where a lot of the business is happening, then you may want to have an office that's close to downtown versus being on the outskirts or the other side of town. It may just be a little bit more inconvenient for you or your clients to drive out there. It's totally up to you how far you're willing to drive. But yeah, I think physical location is a big thing. Also, like, if you have a real estate office that's near other businesses that you're going to need to use their services, like appraisers, title office, things like that, it is really nice to be conveniently located to all that stuff, or a bank, wherever you need to conduct business for real estate. Just keep in mind like where your office is located in respect to where you're going to be driving around and showing homes and working with clients. Now, commission split, I feel like this is one of the most important to pretty much every agent, because your commission split affects how much you get paid. And so for your commission split, not every brokerage has where you split a commission. Some brokerages have 100% split, meaning like you don't share anything with your broker. Every commission check that you bring in, 100% of that is yours. Every office is different. I mean, there's 50-50 split, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10. I don't think I've ever heard of anything below 50%, but I guess it's possible. And you also have to keep in mind your cap, which is pretty much unrelated to your split. So your commission cap, let's say your cap is $25,000 and you have a 70% split. So each time you give your broker 30% of your commission check, once you've paid your broker out $25,000, every check after you've reached that point is 100% yours. So once you reach your cap, the split doesn't matter. You get to keep 100% of your commission. So, and again, just like a split, every real estate brokerage has different caps, and it may vary from agent to agent because you are an independent contractor. So just because one agent is working at that brokerage and they may have a higher commission split doesn't mean that you as a new agent will sign on and automatically have that same cap or that same commission split. For example, some of their higher producing agents may have a higher split but also a higher cap. But keep in mind, even though the commission split is very important, it's not everything. So don't just focus on that number and how much cash you're going to be bringing in, because you could be making good money at a brokerage, but you may not be happy there, or you may not like the way that they operate, which I'm going to get into the next point is the environment. I have heard of agents saying that they weren't comfortable at certain brokerages because they felt like it was more of agents and the broker competing against each other instead of working as a team and working cohesively and kind of bouncing things off of each other and helping each other out. So personally, that was the biggest deciding factor for me at my brokerage. I'm very comfortable there. I love going into the physical office because whenever my broker's there, I know if I have any questions about anything or I need him to walk me through a transaction that may have something I'm not familiar with or that I've never seen before. Let's say like the buyer is using a weird loan product that I'm unfamiliar with, or there's some hiccup along the way. It's nice to have that environment where I know I can come in and talk to my broker and kind of have like an open door policy. And pretty much anytime I have a question, he's always there to be helpful and to help kind of guide me and help me figure things out on my own. And as far as like the other agents in the office, everybody's really cool and respectful. And I feel like we all work as a team and help each other out. And so just the environment, maybe go in and talk to some of the other agents in that office other than just meeting with the broker, and kind of get a feel for what their mission statement is, what they offer to their agents, and why you would be a good fit there. And so that's definitely something that I would want to make sure of prior to signing on with that broker. Also, talking about the environment, leads are a big thing. As a new agent, I know that you may think that all of your friends and family are suddenly going to want to buy or sell real estate through you, because you may be someone that is close with them and you're now licensed and you are here to help. But that is not always the case, and more often than not, it's not the case. So you have to go out and find clients and people that you have never connected with before. And part of the environment of a good brokerage office is leads. And my broker definitely helps give me leads. My first closing, my first couple closings actually, were through co-listing with my broker and having other buyers contact me along the way, or seeing that we had a for sale sign and they may not be interested in the particular property that we had listed at the time, but they wanted help looking for a home and they weren't working with an agent. In fact, that's how I found one of my most recent clients that we closed on a home with. And so yeah, having leads from your broker and them helping pass clients along to you and giving you referrals. Referrals are really how we make our money in the real estate industry. And so yeah, having a broker that can help provide you with leads is very valuable. And so I would kind of ask that as well when you're interviewing a brokerage, is how do they handle that? Do they have team leads? What are, do different agents have like referral fees? There are some agents out there that work strictly just doing referrals. And so I would definitely ask about that as well. Next, we have your office fees or your dues to your broker every single month. As a new agent, I would kind of think of this as like another bill that you'll have to pay every single month. And you definitely want to know this. Like, probably one of the first questions you have when you're interviewing your brokerage is, what are the office fees? Because you want to make sure it's something that you can afford, because you have bills to pay at home as well, right? So you want to make sure you can reasonably afford to pay that every month. I have seen some of the larger, more well-known brokerages having office fees every month as high as like almost $300 or higher. And if you can't afford that, you may really like that brokerage, or it may be really nice, but if you don't have any money coming in and you don't know when your first couple of commissions are going to be coming in, I would make sure that you're working at an office where the office fees are something that you can afford to spend, even if you go a couple of months or several months without a commission, because real estate is so unpredictable, and especially starting out and not having a large like clientele, you want to make sure that it's something that's worth it to you. As far as what the office fees pay for, it just depends on the brokerage. For example, your brokerage may have a certain lead software that they use that's only available to the agents in that office. So that may be part of your broker fee. So you may be paying a little bit more money for that, but you may be having access to lots of leads, and therefore, you have the potential to make more money than you would without that lead software. And so that's just an example. It could just depend. Your broker may be leasing an office, and it could be a really nice office in a large space. So you may have higher office fees because there's a higher lease on that building. Lastly, how well known is the brokerage, or how good are they at making themselves known? Because clients can't come to you if they don't know where you are, or they don't know that your brokerage exists, right? So you want to make sure you're at a brokerage that is doing a good job of advertising themselves and advertising their agents and getting the word out so people know who they are, especially if you're not one of the bigger brokerages like Remax or Keller Williams or Better Homes and Gardens. If you're a small brokerage, that doesn't mean that you have to go with one of those larger brokerages, because I myself work at one of the smaller brokerages. We have one physical office location, but my broker does a really good job of working with our social media team and making sure that we're getting the word out there, and that our city is familiar with who we are, what our mission statement is, and what we do. So you want to make sure you're at a broker that's advertising themselves, because it's going to help advertise you if you're working for that broker. So I think I've covered the most important points as far as choosing a broker. Please don't hesitate to comment and let me know if I left something out, or if you have a question about choosing a brokerage and it's something that I didn't mention in this video. But yeah, I wish you the best of luck in finding a broker, and like I said, just take your time, go with your gut. It's all about you and where you're comfortable. You may have a friend or family member that works in real estate and they really love working for a specific brokerage, but that doesn't mean that you're going to feel comfortable there. So you have to find somewhere that fits your lifestyle, your personality, who you are, and what you want to do in real estate. And so yeah, once you figure that out and you get started, the possibilities are endless. And with a really good broker, it gives you the opportunity to grow and hone in on your full potential. And so, yeah, that's really important to me. Having a good broker, a good mentor, and someone that I trust to work with and that I know won't steer me wrong is very important to me. And so, yeah, I definitely feel like I made the right decision with where I'm at now. I'm happy at the brokerage that I'm currently working at, and I wish the same to all of you. And good luck in your future endeavors in real estate. And yeah, I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.